So this question here was tough because if you read the question, all right, you'll see that it says the number of news subscribers n. So you don't even have to worry about the t. Also, it means is that the t here, also the t means is that the equation is explained using time. So this might as well just be a capital N right there. Okay, so you have n equals a e b to the power t. Now, first thing you're going to know is initial launch. What does that mean? Initial. What t value is that? That's a t value of 0. When the t value is 0, the n value is 8,500. So you can replace in 8,500, and you can replace in a, and you can replace in the t value of 0. Now what's 0? What's b times 0? 0. What's anything to the power of 0? No, it's 1. So that green box there is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. And then we just get an a value of 8,500. And unfortunately, anybody who didn't get that initial part, it was very hard for me to give his marks going forward. I tried where I could, but it was very difficult. Now, what we're going to do next is, it says 4 months later, 22,500 people had it. So 22,500 equals A. What's A again? 8,500. And then it's E. We don't know what B is yet, but what do we know about the T value? T value is 4. Everybody cool with that? Now, lads, we want to get that 8,500 directly underneath the 22,500. So 22,500 divided by 8,500 is the same as e to the power of 4b. What's the point of the question? What's the point of the question? Huh? Yeah, you want to get the value of b on its own, and it's in the power position. So it's your choice, any log you want. But why are we going to choose ln? It's because of the e, the presence of the e. Now you're right either way, but ln would be better. Okay, so we get ln and then ln. So what happens next then, guys? Bring the 4b to the front. What do we get? 4b ln e. 4b. And then that's ln 22,500 and 8,500. Okay. And what next? Yeah, move the 4 to get the b on its own. Throw all that into the calculator, and what you get? Anybody have the correct answer? Somebody does. Is it 0.24? Oh, sorry, divided by 4, wasn't it? So 0.2434 equals b. All right, cool. For those of you that were using your calculator, it should be just one ln, and it should be 22,500, and then your 8,500 underneath, and then you just divide all that by 4 when you're done. Divide it by 4, and that gives you your 0.2434. Yes, off you go. Now, okay, guys, let's keep going. All right, guys. If the network continues to grow at this rate, how many users will have subscribed in 1 year? T equals 1 is incorrect. Can anybody tell me why T cannot be equal to 1? So T equals 12. Okay. And your N value is 8,500. E to the power of BT. And we know what B is, don't we? And then we need the T value. And what do we say the T value is? 12. Throw it all into the calculator, lads. That's all you got to do. All into the calculator, and it will tell you how much users you have. How many is it? I think I got 157,727. Was it? Thanks. Is that what you said? Good man. Thanks. Good man. Perfect. Yes. All right. Now, after how many months will 45,550 people. Now, some people did trial and error, fair play to you. So what you did was you realised you couldn't really do the question, so you sort of entered your formula in. What was it, 8,500? What was it, e to the power of, sorry, 8,500 e to the power of bt, isn't it? So what's b again? 2, 4, 3, 4. There's no t button. So what do you press instead? X. And you started the clock at 0 and you stopped at, I don't know, 20, 25 is enough. Now look at this. We're waiting for it to cross 45,000. So keep going. Somewhere between 6 and 7. Do you know what you did then? You were pretty smart again. Do you know what you did? You went back and you went start at 6, you ended at 7, and you did a step of 0.1 instead. I don't know who thought to do this, but fair play to you. You looked again, and you're looking for 45,000, aren't you? And you went, that looks close enough, doesn't it? What's it, 45,582? That's as close as you can get. So some of you actually did it that way, by trial and error. Now, to get marks for trial and error, you'd have to do it like this. You'd have to be n equals, you just give the illusion that you did it by trial and error. And the guy wouldn't know where you got it from. Okay? And then you just say, what's that, 6.9, yeah? And you would have got, sorry, 6.9 would have been 45,582.6. And for argument's sake, this is if you're desperate and you don't know how to do the question. And you're clutching for attempt marks. This won't get you full marks. And some of you might have tried 6.8. And then you would have got, what's 6.8? 44,486. And because you know this one's closer, isn't it? Would you agree that's closer? So then you say the answer we got was 6.9. Now, the way you're meant to do it is using logs. Okay? So here's how you're meant to do it. You're meant to go back to the start. You're meant to say that your n value is 45,550. Do you know what the great thing is, though? The great thing is I already know the answer. Because I already know it has to be 6.9 using my calculator, don't I? I knew it had to be close to 7 anyway, so I already know the answer. It's just a matter of me making sure I get that same answer. So what's it? E to the power of 0.2434 t. Okay. All right. Ln both sides, is it? Ln both sides? No. I cannot transfer this to the front using the power rule. For what reason? It's the 8,500 isn't that power does not affect the 8,500. So I need to go back, and that 8,500 needs to disappear underneath first. So it's going to be 45,550 divided by 8,500, and now the E is on its own, and now that power is only being used on the E. Now what do we do to both sides? Ln both sides. Now what happens? Power rule brings it to the front. Okay. What's ln Put in the calculator, ln is 1. Okay. And then I have this over here. I generally don't round off until the end, so I'm just going to keep it all like this. And what happens to that 0.2434? Anybody? Yeah. And when you throw that into the calculator, what does it kick back out? A t value of 6.9. 89, was it? All right, so 6.89, which got rounded up to 6.9. Who got that one out? Now, guys. Oh, dear God. All right. Now, guys, what we're going to do here is you could enter this equation into the calculator, okay? So, sorry, I'll make the question slightly larger. Realize the font's a bit on the small side. Okay. So here's the question there. Now, here's what you do. You need to find a root. What you do is you enter into the calculator, and you find out where it does have a value of 0. So you put into the calculator and you find out that the 0.10 exists on this function. What does that mean? X equals 1 is a root. What does that also mean then? X minus 1 is a factor. And what does X minus 1 as a factor mean? Yeah. Now, for 10 marks, it's not enough just to write that. For 10 marks, you probably need to go 1 cubed, take away 3 times 1 squared minus 9 times 1. I don't know why you have to do it these days, but you just do. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. But bottom line is 0 equals 0, and you prove that it balances it. Is that all right? Now, because it balances it, it's a root. Now, we're going to divide x minus 1 all into this one here, your x cubed, your minus 3x squared. Now, this one was painful at times because you all did the long division great. You did really well with the long division, but you just didn't finish it off. Okay, so there was plenty more marks to be had. Okay, guys, so what you have then? Yeah, minus. And after that, minus and plus. Yeah, minus 9x. Yeah, then after that, minus 2x, multiply it, minus 2x squared plus 2x. Okay, then after that, change the signs. Most of these are great at the long division, to be fair to you. And then underneath, 11. Then after that, minus 11. Then what do we get? Yeah, it's just going to cancel the 0, isn't it? All right. Now, here's the part that you guys probably didn't quite realize is that this equation here. So this equation right here, everybody see that? That has now turned into x minus 1 times x squared minus 2x minus 11 equals 0. Okay? You already have the first answer. X minus 1 equals 0, x equals 1. What you haven't done is the second answer. And how would you solve this equation here? Can't factorize it because you can't factorize it because the way you want the answer presented. You would try to factorize it, but it wouldn't work. So you're going to have to do the minus b formula. So, and many people forgot to do that. You had it right to that stage, but you just didn't finish it off. Nobody? Fair enough. Yeah. So, and what did you get? Marks was? Yeah, it was worth 7 marks. Oh, minus 2x minus 11. Yeah, you just had to solve it. So you have to solve it. Okay, so here we go. Into the calculator with it, guys. 2 plus or minus the square root of what? B squared minus 4ac all over 2 times 1. Throw it in the calculator. What are 2 answers? In short form, anybody have it? Tom, you have it, don't you? And 1 minus 2 or 3. We all good? This one here, lads. First one's very easy. Once again, NT is the number of bacteria. So it might as well be just N equals 450 multiplied by E 0.065T. Okay, what's the T value we're looking to use? Yeah, and this question was meant to be like, here, have some marks. Just lob in your 4.5, use your calculator. Happy days. We're all going to get some nice marks. 603. Now, everybody happy with 603? Now, that's the first question done, believe it or not. Now, the next question is replace your N value with what? 790. So 790 equals 450 e to the 0.065t. Okay, question. Do I LM both sides straight away? No. What do I do first? Put the 450 underneath. Now, Oisin isn't exactly wrong either, because if I put that into the calculator, like so, if I put that into the calculator, I can figure out what answer I'm expecting. Okay, so if I start off at 0 and go all the way up to 25, for argument's sake, what do you want me to do? 790, isn't it? So keep going down until you see 790. Somewhere between 8 and 9. I now have a prediction for my answer. If I don't get in between 8 and 9, I'm wrong. So that's what's great about these questions. You can predict. So now we're going to do it for full marks, not attempt marks. We're going to divide by the 450. And we're expecting an answer between 8 and 9. Okay, what happens to both sides, lads? A length. And then what happens to the power? Where do you move it to? Front. And what's ln 1. And then bring that 0.065 downwards. Yeah. Divided by what's it, 0.065? And what do we get? The t value of, anybody? 8.7? Okay, 8.7 when you throw it into the calculator. Who got that one? Full marks? Yeah. Mayor? Yeah, the mayor. Okay. This was really hard. Difficult. This is probably the most difficult question, isn't it? There's a separate colony of bacteria, and both bacterial colonies are grown at different rates. Is that all right? So this one, it grows at 220 e to the 0.17 t. And the other bacteria colony grows how fast again? 450 e to the 0.0, what's it, 0.065? Yeah. All right. Now, will you close that door? Who was the guy that listed both numbers all the way down and worked to get like 8 out of 10? You did it as well? Trial and error? Using the table function? Perfect. Great research plan. Right? Full plan, however, looks something like this. You want both populations to be, because they start at the same time, you want them to be equal. That's why I'm putting both equations equal to each other. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab the, what will I do this? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the e to the power 0.117 t. I'm going to divide it by which one? See this e here? I'm going to bring that e underneath, like so. Everybody happy with that? What am I going to do with the 220? What am I going to do with the 220, lads? Huh? 220 is multiply on the left, which makes it divide on the right. Now, had I not done this question before, I would have really struggled. Now, we're going to do what's called the subtraction rule of powers. What's x7 divided by x3? What's x7 divided by x3? x4. You took them away, didn't you? So I'd like you to do 0.17 take away 0.065. What? 0.105? Okay. Did anybody get that far? You didn't even have that test. All right. 45 over 22. Now, what do we do now, lads? I want to get t on its own, so what do we do now? Log both sides. Bring it to the front. What do we get? 0.0105. T equals. And then 45 over 22. And what do we do now? Anybody? Bring that 105 down. Everybody stick that in the calculator because I forgot the answer. Yes, sir. Yeah, LNE is 1. Yeah, it's just the number 1. LNE is 1. So I didn't even bother that time. No. Exactly. Is it all coming back now, or is this complete gibberish? 6.8? Anybody got 6.8? All right. All right, that is, that's the test done. Now, lads, this one here. Find the range of values for which x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2 for x elements r. Is that all right? So what you do, square both sides. X minus 4 by another x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 4. X squared minus 8x plus 16. You're going to bring that 4 over to your side and take it away. Then I'm going to get x squared minus 8x plus 12 greater than or equal to 0. What type of graph is this? It's a U-shaper. And I have to figure out where does it cross the axis. So what are my two values when I solve it? 6 and 2, yeah? Okay. X equals 6 and x equals 2. And that means they'll be over this side here. That's 2, that's 6. Now, lads, where do I want the answers to be? So what's that mean? Okay, so what does that mean? X is bigger than or equal to 6, and x is smaller than or equal to 2.